Well, speaking of the Switch 2, apparently the screen is hot garbage. Did you hear this?
Yeah, I heard Digital Foundry took a giant dump on it, so I went to investigate in the video, and it was 3 really boring white guys that suck. And I think they might have been British, and maybe they weren't British, but they seem like they should have been.
Yeah.
Just going like, and the ghosting on the screen, if you really look, I mean, the refresh is like 10 nanoseconds, and that's worse than even the fucking VTech laptop. Like, I don't know what the fuck they said, but it was...
Yeah, so what they're talking about, the ghosting is bad because the screen update, like when it updates the frame is slow to the point of like around 30 milliseconds, where like it should be closer, like to be a nice one, quote unquote, would be like closer to 10. And
I can't notice it.
Well, people get confused because it's technically not related to input lag. It's like updating the screen. It's a little bit different. I think the input lag is actually like pretty good, like not perfect, but pretty good, at least docked and everything. But yeah, it's not just Digital Foundry. It's a whole bunch of like outlets have been, actually the screen's not very good because it's not HDR like they said it was, which is, you don't want to market something as something that it's not. And technically there's a threshold for HDR to where it needs to be 400 nits of brightness to qualify as being like HDR, like
it's not
trademark.
Enough nits.
Yeah, it's like 380 or 350 or something. Which is also checks out why they always showcased it in such a dark environment, right? Like when people were like testing out the Switch 2. But that aside, I think the screen looks really nice. It's not perfect, like definitely not, but I do think it's funny. But right before this segment, I went back on Digital Foundry's first video talking about the screen, because when I was watching every Switch 2 preview under the sun, like on the planet right when it came out, everyone generally had nice things to say about the screen.
Let's talk about the screen. The contrast from OLED is still completely unmatchable. It's a significant improvement over Switch 2. But that's not to say that the Switch 2 screen is actually in any way bad. I think it's actually really fantastic for an LCD. And it's particularly great in titles that really do pop, like Mario Kart World. That was just quite an experience, handheld. That was quite an interesting experience. I also like the fact that it's a bigger screen.
When I first got the system out, I was very impressed. I'm like, whoa, this is a good screen. And I still think that way when I see it.
Mm-hmm. I kind of do too. Like, I do think that it's a little too blue. I agree with that. I don't disagree necessarily with anything they're saying, but
blue
to the naked
eye,
to your
maybe I'm blue blind. I mean, I've recently come around to Nostalgia Critic's blueness, and I recognize that he is indeed too blue to consume. But he's. But I didn't understand the complaint at first when people were saying it. But now I do. I get it now.
The color temperature on it is closer to like 7,800 Kelvin than 6,800 Kelvin than 5,600, which would be like daylight. Like the white balance is off basically. I don't think no one plays exclusively handheld. I don't think, especially on a system this big. Maybe there are some out there that do. I still think it looks nice. And even Digital Foundry, I watched right before this, they were talking about how they didn't think they were convinced that it was full HDR at the time, but they're like, yeah, it's a nice screen. It looked pretty nice. It was like they played the unit. The thing is, like, looking like pixel peeping on this kind of stuff is like, I understand it.
It's their job. It's like what they're known for. So they should do it.
No one's first impression was this screen sucks, and like screaming about this screen sucks just kind of feels dumb to me.
This is something I never would have known if somebody didn't tell me, and even after telling me, I still can't notice it.
Yeah,
looking for it, I don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah. If you don't like ghosting, play on a CRT.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, bring back the cathode ray tube TV, and
nice.
No, it's obviously like it's $450. I feel like it's it's what you're paying for right now in today's money. It's not bad, I think, for $450. Especially if you pre-ordered from Target, and then it's only $400.
What screen's better? Would you rather be looking at your Switch OLED or this?
The OLED screen is probably nicer for the most part.
Oh, okay.
But
I can understand how people would be disappointed then if you think it's a step down.
well, it's a toss-up. There's pros and cons. The thing is, the Switch 2 screen has more potential with 120 hertz. Not many games really, if any, take advantage of that currently. But Metroid Prime, for sure.
I was going to say, didn't somebody comment, like last time we said that, somebody was like, oh, but Metroid Prime.
Metroid Prime is coming out, and they have said it's going to have 120 frames per second mode. And I'm sure plenty of like low demand indie games coming out are going to also feature 120 frames per second. And personally, I would take the perks of that over the amazing black levels of the OLED Switch. Now,
the new Mario Paint is absolutely going to have 120.
You think so?
It's going to be a showcase for that, yeah.
Yeah, I think I would probably. Plus, I like that it's bigger. I like the size more. I feel like tabletop mode is more practical with the Switch 2 than it ever was with the Switch or the OLED. The only real benefit of the OLED is crisper black levels and probably less ghosting. That's it.
All right.
But plug it into an OLED monitor, right?
Sure. I mean, there you go. There's the solution.
Yeah. No. Bring a portable monitor. Do whatever you want. It's a very flexible system.
It is.
And I'm with you, man. I think the screen looks nice. I do.
Yeah. I don't know.
Even the faux HDR thing, I think, looks fine. I'm not a big HDR fan, though.
I can play Tetris 99 on it, so it's good.
There you go. Great. Yeah.
That's my metric.
It's a good metric to have.
Definitely looks a lot better than my Switch Lite.
The Switch Lite, yeah, looks bad. Yeah.
It's I haven't really put a lot of time on mine, but on my trip I was putting some time on it. And it looks a little bad.
And the original Switch screen honestly sucks.
Oh, it's awful.
It's awful.
Yeah.
It's gray, noticeably gray. I'm a fan of the Switch 2 and the screen, actually. Could it be better? Yeah, and there will be a better. Don't think they're not releasing another option. I mean, they're
going to go down. They're going to make a worse option, a cheaper. They're going to drop the price on the next option.
Drop the price.
We're not getting a premium Switch 2. We're not getting the Switch 2 Pro. We're getting the Switch 2 shit.
Yeah.
This one doesn't switch. This one it's just a handheld.
I would take a Switch 2 Lite. That'd be kind of cool. You know what I'd want them to do? I'd want them to double down and make it even smaller than the Switch Lite.
Yeah, I'd love that. Like a Game Boy Micro size Switch 2.
An actually portable one, a pocketable
that fits in your
Switch
pocket.
2.
Yes,
yeah.
The Switch 2 Pocket Edition. I like that.
Dude, you know what? Give me a Switch Flip. Right? Give me a SP. Give me, yeah.
Dude, you just hit the money idea.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yes, I would.
That would
I
be
would
so
get rid of my
Nintendo.
Switch 2 for a flip. Man.
Throw it in the fucking trash.
My phone is a flip phone. Except I can't flip it, or fuck it. I'll do it just to demonstrate. It's broken now, so this just shut it off. But
yeah, that's too bad.
It's made to flip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Z Flip.
It's cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think my next phone's gonna be an iPhone though. It's not gonna be that. Once I'm not extraordinarily poor. Once I'm back to regular poor.
Yeah.
I'm going to get the iPhone.
I'm in the same boat, man. I'm extraordinarily poor right now. After that second Switch 2, it's over for
me. Everything hit like a truck. Because what happened was a few days ago, a week ago now, I guess. I paid all my bills. The way I do everything is I buy everything with credit cards and then I pay it. Whenever.
Same. Absolutely same.
Since I was 18,
money back.
95% of everything I bought since I was 18 has been with a credit card. So I paid my credit card bills, I paid for my storage unit and my phone, just all my bills. And then I looked at my bank account and I'm like, oh god, I'm advanced poor. Holy shit. There's nothing because the other thing that happened was the YouTube payouts are always really delayed. It's you get it for the month before and it happens at the end of the month. Yeah, if you
have a good month, you'll see it in 2 months.
Exactly. It's very delayed. So I got paid for the month where I was in Colorado and didn't upload anything. Mm-hmm. Which was pitiful.
Well,
So
yeah,
it,
like, you
didn't
know, I
help.
had that stream, and I'll see it now coming up, like, from the
You haven't
results
gotten
of
it yet. That's right.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
So
You gotta wait another month.
yeah,
Yeah. It's like that. Like, my next payout's gonna be pretty good, but the one I just got was 300 and some change. So it wasn't that, it was sucked. It didn't
Yeah.
help that much.
yeah.
I mean, whatever. I'm not gonna cry about $300 for not uploading anything, but you know, it didn't help my situation. But
Yeah, that's pretty
fine.
good actually when you really think about it. Like,
Yeah, for like
300 is-
idle, but still, it's
Yeah.
not. Oh well. So yeah,
Yeah.
What was this topic?
We were talking about the screen being garbage.
Yeah, it's pretty.
It's
good, though.
not. It's fine. It's totally
Yeah.
fine. No one would notice. You're just going to see people yelling about it online because they're using it as ammunition in a fake console war that doesn't exist.